You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Test 1, 2, test, test, test. Hey guys, how's everybody out there? That's my bleep and blunder for today. Don't you love it? The best one yet. Welcome to the show. And of course, Charlie Brown's playing, and that is everybody's favorite tunes, getting you into the holiday mood here for Gobble Gobble Day and the turkey and the stuffing and all of that good stuff. And believe it or not, when I was coming into the station, I had the radio on before I swung over, and I wrote about 3 Christmas songs right in a row. And I'm going, oh, no, it's too early. So anyways, that's what's going on today, and we have a full pack house. I'm very pleased with who's in the building with us today. The first person that we have is Luke. Hey, Luke, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you, Bev?
I'm doing good, and Luke is from the Goodwin Associates Insurance, and he'll be talking to us in a few minutes. The second guest that we have is Jesse. Yes, from Jesse J Collection. He's in the building.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yes, he's finally here, and he's all dressed up, and he has kind of like this metallic orangey brownie jacket on that bronze. We'll see at the end of the show. He's given to me for a gift, so I'll be wearing it. And then also we have Glenn Kelly, and she is going to be calling in a little while, and she is the district sales manager of Ann Lennon's, and we're going to be talking to her, and I'm really thrilled to get her on the air. And then also we have a couple other phone calls that are going to be coming in. And first of all, I just noticed our queen, yes, Miss Apple Valley is in the building, folks. She came to say hello.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thank you. This is Bianca Johnson, and I would just like to say Happy Thanksgiving, and be safe on Black Friday, and make sure you do not text and drive. It can wait. Thank you.
You're welcome. And also, tell them when you're going to be back with us.
I will be back in the first week of December.
Yay! Nice. And before you leave, you must do the wave, please. One more time. Yeah, I love that wave. She got it down pat.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Miss Apple Valley.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Isn't that a nice little surprise? The Queen visited us today. I feel like we should all be having tea and crumpets. Right?
Something like that.
Yes, and we have Rob on the board with us today. And hi, Rob.
How are you?
We're doing good, and thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for letting me be here.
You're quite welcome. Okay, now, without any further ado, let's get this show rolling. And Luke, would you please tell us the beginning of your story? When did it get started and why?
Well, starting with our agency, Glenn Goodwin and Associates, has a pretty rich history, actually, going back to the 70s. Our owner, Glenn Goodwin, he owned a pretty large agency in California all the way up into 2000, right around 2000, 2002. Sold that agency to Arrowhead Credit Union, ran it for them for a while, and got to the point where he really wanted to focus on relationships, focus on working and consulting with his clients, and separated from Arrowhead Credit Union, opened Glenn Goodwin Associates in 2004, and then been going great ever since, and that's how the company kind of got to where it is today. We have something a little unique in that we've combined our buying power, our premium buying power. One of the things you find about a local agency is typically they don't have a lot of buying power. They have the relationship part, but not really the buying power part, and so they've only got a few options, and if you happen to fit in their niche, they're really competitive. But if not as competitive, but you pay a little more to have that relationship, you know what I mean? Well, with Glenn Goodwin and Associates, we've created a single entity called Direct Access. It allows us to pool our buying power with about 8 other agencies in the state. We have about $300 million in premium buying power. It allows us to be directly appointed with all the carriers, all the big-name carriers that are in the country. And so we can really offer the best rates, compete with the biggest agencies out there, and at the same time provide that local relationship-type service.
Well, when you say with many people that you deal with, how many people exactly do you deal with? I mean, the whole company together.
How many clients?
Yeah.
How many clients? I'm not sure the exact number. I know personally I've got, I want to say, between 60 and 80 companies that I work with, and then plus individuals. We focus primarily on commercial insurance, but I know we have hundreds of companies that we insure currently.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of fun because each company is unique. Each owner has a story as to why they're doing what they're doing, what their dream is, and I really enjoy that. I really enjoy not just selling them a policy, but get to know them, find out what they're doing, why they're doing it, learn about their business. There's a lot of unique industries out there that you never know the story behind the story. How do they get to where they're at? How do they accomplish what they're accomplishing? So it's really a fun adventure learning the different aspects of businesses.
I bet that is, and trying to find out all the reasons why they got started, what they're doing, this and that. Mm-hmm. That's my alley. I am so snoopy. I want to find out the answer for everybody, what's going on. Now, also talking about everybody that you deal with, I found out when I met you all at the Loma Linda Chamber. Mm-hmm. And then Yvonne from Apple One Payroll, you and her met each other a long time ago in one of the events, and now you're going back and forth with all the clients, and that's fantastic. I love that.
Well, and that relationship really is the perfect example of our philosophy in business, the relationship. And I met Yvonne at an event that the county of San Bernardino was doing, promoting programs for businesses, trying to stimulate local businesses and provide resources, tax benefits, different things like that. And so I went to that event to learn about different values that I could bring to my businesses, and Yvonne was there too. Mm-hmm. We got to talking, and it was just obvious we had the same business philosophy, and we said, we really need to bring each other to our clients, because I know a lot of my clients need a good payroll representative and someone that really is focused on service and never lets go of the rope. And that's kind of what she always likes to say, is I never let go of the rope. Yeah. She's always there. She's not the love you and leave you type of salesperson. She really is always there for you. And so we have taken now over the past year to referring each other to our clients as a standard of what we do. Whenever I talk to them about their insurance, I talk to them about their payroll and ask who they're using and where they're at, and I bring Yvonne in, and she takes great care of them.
And that's one of the things that I'm very happy with when I met both of you, and how you do this, you back and forth, where some companies, they're only out there for themselves and they don't care, who or what or whatever. And the two of you, the way you go back and forth. And to me, that's the kind of insurance person that I want. That's a company I'm going to deal with. You know what I mean? And now, talking about the insurance, tell us exactly everything that you insure.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Do you have an hour, a couple hours? How long?
No, but we got a couple of minutes.
Well, I can tell you the different products that we offer. I mean, if it's insurance, we write it, to put it really simply. But, I mean, I insure everything from septic companies, gyms, fitness centers, churches, water districts, all the way down to the local restaurants, and everything in between. We offer homeowners, auto, and all the personal lines as well, but primarily to our commercial clients. We're a very commercially focused agency. We really look to work with businesses, but most of our business owners want one number to call, right? They want to have one person that handles their insurance stuff, so we do offer all of those personal lines as well, like the homeowners, the auto, the life, health, employee benefits group programs, so that our commercial clients can have all their needs met in one place, and we can really make sure it all fits together the way it should. Because with insurance, you do have kind of an overlap in liability. I mean, if you have an employee driving a car crashing into a building, you've got property coverage, you've got liability, you've got an employee that's hurt, is that workers' comp. And if you've got a different person handling each thing, then everybody's kind of doing this, pointing at each other, going, whose problem is it? And so we really try and look at that, step back, look at the big picture. How can we simplify? How can we save money? How can we reduce risk? All of those aspects. But we do insure a very, very broad array.
Now, does the company have to be a certain size or have a certain number of employees before you touch them or insure them, or what?
No. We have many clients that have a business and it's owner operated. It's a local mom and pop shop, as you say, and they're in there working, husband and wife, working their business and building their dream, all the way on up to water districts that have hundreds of employees. And we handle their risk management, we handle their insurance and all of their things. So pretty broad and diverse spectrum. But there's no one will just say no to, sorry, you're not big enough for us. We don't take that approach at all. Because one of the things we realize in our relationship focus is, if we take good care of that local small person that really isn't profitable for us, they might know somebody else who will be. They might know somebody else who needs our help. And because of the integrity we showed in taking care of the person that doesn't necessarily pay us much, they'll bring us into somebody who will. And that comes back around, that philosophy of helping people and not just looking for that quick dollar.
I'm glad to hear that. And, of course, it's kind of hard to talk about price. We really should not talk about price because it varies on exactly what kind of policy that they need, right?
Absolutely. It's funny because I had a client who had a hard time understanding that and had a small convenience type store, consignment, thrift store type place. And she was constantly trying to compare her policies and pricing with a hardware store. And, she was asking me about, this pricing versus that pricing. And she's going, well, how come mine's more expensive than this person or that person? Well, you have this kind of shop and they have that kind. It's just there's no real comparing. Each one is very, very case by case. And it's funny because people sometimes come to me for insurance and they go, can you give me a quote today? It's as if I can kind of reach up on a shelf and pull it off. And go, here you go. One size fits all. There's no such thing. It's like, no, I got to get to know you a little bit. I got to find out what you do, how you do it, how much of it do you do, and then we go from there.
Well, talking about that, what is that one commercial with that insurance company and that brunette is there and they have the robots and stuff?
Progressive.
Yeah, that's what that reminds me of, where they're talking, they have this big box and they pick up the box and they walk out of the store with it. I'm going, yeah, right, okay. Yeah, and then she's flying up in the air. Did you see that one where they're flying in the air now? Yeah. Okay, yeah, really, Rob, you got to see this commercial. It cracks me up. I laugh so hard, it's ridiculous. And now, the other thing that I wanted to ask you, in this economy, right, and it's getting better, and more and more mom and pops are opening up than ever before, which everybody is absolutely thrilled about that. Now, when somebody comes to you and they say, all right, we have 5 people employed, and we make rubber duckies, okay, and so you get their insurance and this and that, and they want to add on later, or they want to subtract something later on. How do you all do that? Do you have to write a new policy or what?
So basically they're adjusting their policy from what it originally was, and, taking this piece off. Yeah, for the most part, a policy can be what they call endorsed, either to add things or remove things. For instance, they may add a new location, or they may move locations completely, or they may get a lot more inventory, or they may start providing delivery or catering. And in that case, we would just get all the information of what this new activity is or what the activity they aren't doing anymore, notify the carrier, work with the underwriters very closely, and find out, first of all, will that carrier even be okay with that anymore? Because sometimes if a business owner changes their operation, which is happening a lot these days, people are struggling, the economy's tough, and they're going, okay, how can I diversify? Well, let's see, I'll sell rubber duckies in front, and I'll manufacture dynamite in the back. Is my insurance company happy with that? No, probably not.
Probably not, because they'd be afraid they're going to blow up the rubber duckies.
Exactly. Well, they're pretty resilient, but, it's more about the neighbors and things. So we usually have to go back to the carrier and say, hey, this is what they're planning on doing. Are you okay with it? If they are, great. We endorse it, we adjust it, and we move on. If not, we may have to market it again and find a new carrier for them and move it, which has happened just, recently with a client of mine.
But anything is possible. Right? One way or another, you're going to find the solution to make that person happy.
Pretty much. We really will go to great lengths to find the best fit for them. That's one of the things I like about being a broker. There's 2 main different kinds of agents out there. From client perspective, you have the captive agent. So that would be like a State Farm or Farmers or an Allstate, where they work directly for a carrier, and they represent that carrier and their products. As a general broker, I represent you, my client, to the carriers. So that relationship is reversed, and I'm really advocating on your behalf to find the best thing for you. And so, if I'm not stuck with one carrier, then I'm not stuck with the problem of going, well, I hope you fit my product. I hope this is the best thing for you. And for some things it is, but for other things it's not. But you're really kind of stuck with that program. As a broker, I'll go out there and find what carrier really wants to write your type of business, and they have the coverages